Hello and welcome to the new series. Today is going to be the beginning of the challenge, which is 0 to 1 million per year trading stock market. So I have been preparing for this challenge for a while right now. I am by no means an expert, but I want to kind of document this journey, go through the education with you. Hopefully on this channel we can share ideas and kind of work our way up together. There is an introduction video that I recorded a while ago, I think last week. So I will link to this video in the description of this live stream. So you can actually watch it and kind of get to know our plan, where are we going, what's the math behind this, what's the idea, etc. Now, in this introduction video, I said we will be trading simulation account to start with. And what? Need to check because it seems like I have delayed data, and this is exactly why. Just a second, give me a second. I'm going to exit my application and just turn it on one more time. I hate when it happens just before I start trading. I should have live data. Hopefully this is live right now. Okay, so in the introduction I said we are going to trade simulation account because we want to try things, we want to kind of start very slow, etc. However, when we are trading the simulation account, we don't have the live market data, meaning everything is delayed by 10 minutes. Because of that, I felt like for the purpose of the stream, it is better if we actually work with the live market to avoid comments we are trading, not live, etc. So that's why I decided to get an evaluation account, which I will explain a little bit more about later. I think we are starting the trading right now. So we'll give it a few minutes, we'll see where it goes. I think we may go actually to the black line here and then we'll see what happens. But anyway, so because in normal situation, if we don't have an account, evaluation account, we will have delayed data, meaning right now that candle is 9:31 New York time, but we would be on 9:21 right now. So I want to see the live market data. If you want to practice, by all means, you could do it without live data, but it wouldn't make sense to follow along and learn as we go this way. So that is why I decided to purchase the first evaluation account, and I decided to go with Lucid Trading after a long research, mainly because of features this account has, and I will go through a little bit more detail later. But if you would like to get this account, there is a link in the description below. One of the reasons why I went with them is that they offer a very good discount for the initial account. I think it's like 45%, which is crazy low. It works out like $60 or something like that. And it gives you the live data, it gives you the platform to trade on. So I felt this is the best solution to kind of kick off this challenge without breaking the bank. So if you would like to get the account to kind of follow along with us, then the link will be in the description of this live stream. Today is a little bit of a slow start. The markets seem to be kind of going back and forth. I don't like this type of action, so I'm not gonna push a lot today. unless the market really starts moving. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, today we are kind of testing the waters with this challenge. I haven't done anything like that before live on camera. So we'll see how it goes. We don't have many viewers, obviously, because it's our first live stream, so it's gonna take a while to build the base of our viewers as well. So I'm just gonna sit here and see if we have any opportunities. I'm actually thinking of entering the trade right now. No, we can't do this. So, like I said, we will start slowly, but during these live streams, I will try to explain all my actions, all my steps. Why am I entering? What we are looking at? What is this thing we are looking at right now? At all, how to place trades, etc. So, if you are looking for a signal channel, this is probably not for you. If you want to learn this from scratch with me, then it's probably a good place to start, because many of other channels, there is a lot of channels that exist that show how to trade, etc. But I don't think they are suitable for complete beginners, because they don't explain anything that is right at the very beginning. For example, how to even place a trade, how to open your platform, how to select the account, etc., etc. So we will do this somewhere in the process. Probably not today. Maybe I'll touch on how to select the account, which account to select if we have time, or if this is a boring market. Ideally, I will be streaming for about maybe 2 hours per day, starting 9:30 New York time, and up until 11:30, maybe 12 o'clock, depending on how it's going. Depending if we make, like, 100 points profit, then I will probably stop. If we make 100 points loss, then we are probably going to stop as well, and move on the next day. I don't know how long this challenge is going to take. No idea. We'll see how it goes. But the ultimate goal is to go from zero, which is where we are now. Learn how to do this from the beginning, from scratch, from start, and then at some point move towards 1 million per year. Again, please do watch this video that is linked in the description, because it will give you an overview of how are we going to achieve this, and the math behind the idea of actually generating $1 million per year from trading. So yeah, that's going to be important. I'm going to watch the market now, because we don't want to miss good trades. I have a big screen in front of me that is 55-inch screen positioned vertically. There is another screen here which I'm looking at as well. This is the daily chart I have on this side, and on this screen, the one you are looking at is, I believe, 1 minute chart. Should probably make it a little bit smaller so you can see it. Okay, and let's move this. Yeah, that's a little bit better positioning. Again, if you watch this stream, let me know in the comments if you can hear me, if you can see everything. I don't know how this stream is going to end up, how it's going to look like 1 week, 2 weeks from today. Right now, I think it's a little bit too late. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, I missed that, but I would be actually interested in entering this area, so I'm not going to chase it probably. So we have been creating lower lows, okay, so something like that. And we did create this order block here. So this, all this area here, I would be interested in entering, going lower. So again, if you are completely new to trading, if you want to make some money, this is going to take a while, but don't get discouraged. We will learn. Okay, I'm still learning. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I've been doing this for a while right now. But again, still a lot to learn. So we'll see what the market gives us today. What I noticed on the charts, let's move the screens around. What I noticed on the charts, this is going to go here. It's not that. Okay, I need to focus on the charts a little bit more. So we do have the first gap. First fair value gap, and this is going to be 21st of October. Yeah, so I do have a lot of drawings on my chart. Again, I will explain them more. The one I have just made on screen, it should be blue. I hope you can see it as blue. Is the first presented fair value gap, and the gap, the fair value gap, is when a candlestick ends here. As you can see, this candlestick ended here, and this candlestick started, well, kind of reached up until here. Okay, so the part of this middle candlestick, the gap is a 3 candlestick formation. So the middle part of that is where there was no trading whatsoever, and this is called a gap. And because this was the first gap after market open at 9:30, we call it the first presented fair value gap. So I want to have it on my charts because it is very, very powerful. So let's look at what's going on here. Yeah, so we're going lower. It's a pity I missed this trade here. I wasn't paying attention. And it's a pity it didn't go to this level here, because if it did, we would be 20 to 30 points in profit. Today I am trading very, very small. Very small, just 1 micro. What is a micro? So we are trading, first of all, Nasdaq 100 features. Again, we will talk about this a little bit later, but this is an instrument we are trading, and we could trade Nasdaq, which is mini. And this means basically every 1 point, so you can see on the scale we have points, every 1 point is worth $20, meaning if Nasdaq mini moves by 10 points, this is worth like 200, okay? So if we are in profit, we make $200. If we are in a loss, we make minus 200. So that works both ways. Now the other one is the micro Nasdaq, which is, it's got pretty much the same prices, very similar. See, that would be a good trade. Unfortunately, we missed it. But instead of $20 per point, each point is worth like $2. So lower risk, and I want to start with mini Nasdaq, micros today. So we will be trading micro Nasdaq, and as you can see, I can show you my trading screen, which is here. It says simulation account. This is my account, simulation account here. But basically what I am doing here is I am trading off the main Nasdaq, which is the mini Nasdaq, and I am copying this trade onto my Lucid trading account, which you can see here. This is my SIM account, this is my Lucid trading account. I took one losing trade just before the stream to see if everything works. So we are right now, this was one micro, as you can see, and it was like 213, 14 points in a loss. So that's why 14 times 2 equals minus 29, yeah? So that is why we have this loss here. Okay, let's focus a little bit on what's going on here. So before the session, I had a feeling we are actually going to go lower, simply because there is a lot of things going on here. Can show the screen, but we'll see again. We can reverse amplifier as well from here. Let me have a look. This black line here is where we closed the New York session yesterday. So we had this slight gap here. We call it opening range gap. And this is a gap between where we opened the market today, New York session, and closed the New York session yesterday afternoon. So I want to have this gap on my chart because they will get usually closed. Okay, this is the blue one. This is the fair value gap from the first fair value gap from 7th October. And you can see it actually hit it perfectly, and now it's going up. So, yeah. So these are, what I'm trying to say is these are very helpful to have on the screen because market will bounce off them even a few days later. So I have a lot of them on the screen. So we will look at them as we go. Okay, so right now we took this liquidity here. Liquidity is basically, when I refer to the liquidity, is the stops, okay, below previous lows or stops below previous highs. So if we take down the stops below below previous lows, then this is a sell side liquidity. And if we take stops above previous highs, then this is a buy side liquidity. So this is what I'm referring to. Now, what are stops? Well, if you place a trade, for example, if somebody took a trade, say around this area, or maybe this area, to the upside, meaning they are betting the market will go to the upside for whatever reason, then they will have to have a stop loss put somewhere. A stop loss is like a security insurance that if the market reverses and goes down against the direction you intended it to, then it will take you out of the trade. So in other words, they will have to sell this position. Okay, so whoever bought Nasdaq on its way up, okay, if the market goes below this line, they will have to sell this position. Okay, and that is what a sell side liquidity is. Again, we will be talking about this later. For now, I'm just trying to explain a little bit the terminology we will be using on this channel. So what's going on here right now? Nothing. Today we also have no news. My screen went dark for whatever reason. We don't have news today, so the market may be slow. Again, we will see. Okay, let me watch the charts a little bit. So we can take some trades. Okay, it's 9:48 New York time. So let's see, we took down this low, we stopped. Now there is something here. I can see it on the 5-minute chart. Let's see if we can see it on the 1 minute. Something interesting here. These are the trades I took yesterday, by the way. It was a decent day. I didn't trade the Lucid account because I only got it like before the stream. But this could be potential area for reversal unless we dump lower. I think we dump lower. And the reason I think so is we have this opening range gap down below here. And we have also a volume imbalance on the daily chart, which is here. So it may actually go and test it. And additionally, we have the weekly opening gap, which again, I will be talking a little bit more later. But we do have a lot of things that are going on here that the market may want to actually draw to. So again, we'll see, but I am very conscious of this area. Go back to today. The biggest challenge is going to be emotions here because we don't want to FOMO, fear of missing out, and we don't want to take stupid trades. And sometimes, well, I've been trading for a while right now, and I know I'm sometimes taking stupid trades, which I shouldn't take at all. So hopefully I can avoid this on stream and be kind of more responsible as well. So I'm doing this for myself too. Okay. Okay, so right now the market bounced off the area I had highlighted on another chart. More or less here. And there. So if we took this trade, even for like 20 or 30 points, we could have made about 30 points probably, but we did not take this trade, so it does not matter at all. Okay, so it seems like let's do some measurements. The tool I am using is called Fibonacci tool, and this basically measures, well, depending how you set up, but I am normally interested in the quadrants. So the 0.25 is the lower quadrant, 0.5 is the middle of the range. So I'm basically measuring the range from here to the very bottom and looking at where the quadrants, where the middle in the upper quadrant is, which is this 0.75 level. Again, we will talk about this a little bit later. Let's see what's going on here. So it looks like it wants to go lower, higher right now, but it's got this area here, which I think we may bounce off and go down to this area of my concern. This is a massive void on the 15-minute chart, which is on my top screen, top part of the screen here. And the void means basically there was no price action pretty much at all here, meaning the market was going up and up and up. So I think it may actually go down to deliver efficient price action. We'll see. There is something I noticed, two areas, 15-minute chart, which I'm going to draw in a minute. Block. This could be potential order block. Let's take the short block. So you may bounce from that. I'm going to copy this on chart, but that's way lower. Just here. So we have a lot to go down to this level, and there is another area. Well, let's stick with this one for now. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to lower. I probably could have entered it here for a little scalp, because this whole area could be a good area to enter. I was waiting for it to go maybe a little bit higher, but instead it just bounced off it and went right down. I would probably exit probably now. So somewhere in this area here before we hit the lows. So that would be another, if it went just a little bit above maybe, then we would have 40 points. It's not bad as well. So again, still a lot to learn, as you can see, because we really missed a few interesting scalps. So now maybe we will create a higher low here. Higher low, meaning this low is higher than this one. See, we can draw a little trend line like that. And that would be the first indication that the market may want to go a little bit higher from here. But again, it's a little bit too early to say. I think we still go lower. We still have that opening range gap that is not closed. And we may made another gap here. This is going to be, I call it fair value gap. Okay. This actually could be interesting play. Let's see. I'm going to delete that off my chart. Actually, no, I'm just going to delete that sell side. Okay. There is a fair value gap here as well from yesterday. This was closed, the market bounced here and it went up. So this is closed. Okay, closed meaning we created this gap here in this part, then we traded down, traded up. So this is balanced, this is closed fair value gap, but I will still keep it on my chart. And the next area of interest will be probably within the vicinity of this gap, which is the 3rd of October gap. Maybe for a little bounce or something. I would probably not be entering trades here. But again, let's watch this. Okay. So it would be actually interesting. Oh, this went lower. Let me just look at the stream a little bit. Stream is healthy. Good. So I think we don't have any technical issues. Okay, so it would be actually interesting. It would be interesting to see if it can pop the upside here and create an inversion fair value gap, which basically means it had created the gap going down. Okay, so this is a fair value gap, or I think ICT call it CB. I am still learning, so I don't know all of this just yet. So keep that in mind. Fair value gap or CB, but if it pops to the upside and kind of stays above, that would become an inverted fair value gap. Okay, meaning we could bounce off it and go up as well. We'll see. I'm still learning the concepts. There is a lot to learn here. Okay, so it seems like for now we are bouncing, but we are creating maybe a little higher low here. See, this one didn't work out. We went lower. We could potentially enter in this area here for a little scalp, but again, no guarantees here, and I didn't want to take unnecessary risks. I'm interested to see this gap being inverted on 1 minute chart. This is, by the way, 1 minute chart, meaning each of these candles is a 1 minute candle. Okay. Below I have a 5-minute chart, which means one candle is a 5-minute time period, and above I have a 15-minute chart, which is one candle is 15 minutes. Now I don't know because my top screen shows that I have delayed data, which it shouldn't show that, so I'm worried. Okay, I'm going to exit the application. I'm going to do it one more time. I don't know why is it showing delayed data. Let's see. Well, that is weird. That is very weird because it shows delayed data on my top screen and it shows proper market data on the two bottom screens, and my daily chart is also real-time data. And that is very weird. That is very weird. Okay, so it seems like, does it want to go lower from here? I really don't want to enter short here. Should. But where would we put the stop loss? Okay, so this is the first gap here. I think we are actually, they are accumulating shorts here maybe to go down. Why do I have delayed data on the top screen? That is not good at all. That did not happen ever before, because you either have the data delayed on all screens or the real-time data. Okay, I think this is going to go up a little bit. Usually when there is no news, the market can be back and forth. So I don't like trading these days. And there are some important news on Friday, I believe CPI and PPI as far as I remember. Thursday this week. Just looking at news basically. Consumer price index and PMI as well. Michigan consumer expectations as well. So you've got a lot of news on Friday. So markets may be reluctant to kind of move a lot as well, because we have the important news coming on Friday, so they may wait. So again, we'll see. For now, we will be patient, or at least we will try to be patient. Okay. So I would actually be interested, but if it did go a little bit higher, down and down, and this pop here worries me a little bit because it created kind of higher low here, and then it went down and created lower low. Now we've got equal lows here. Okay. Here we do have a gap. I did not notice that. I did not notice. I will measure this range again. Okay. We have here the gap. Okay, I will try to take a long here maybe. And we'll see. Okay. And I will put a stop loss below the low. Okay. It may not work out. Okay, so we'll see if we are going to use that kind of support. I think it wants to go lower, looking at what's going on right now, but again, doesn't matter, we are just using one micro right now, and I would actually, if it wants to go higher, okay, let's look at this. Here is my measurement. Okay, I really want the price to stay above this gap here. Let's see if it can do this for me. 6.4. And I would be targeting maybe something like that. Six. Okay, so that trade should give us about 1-to-1 risk to reward. a little bit low, but at least something to kind of kick off the day if it goes in our favor. I do like how it looks like right now. Let's see. What worries me, if we look at this screen, okay, we have this gap here and this gap here. So it went down, kind of bounced here, it went up to almost the top gap, and then it dropped lower. So meaning there is, they are selling here whatever they can. But again, we are kind of creating higher highs here to start with. And we are digging into that gap, but we are not moving above that mid line of that gap. So I think they want to go lower here right now. Let's see. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just learning like you. We'll see. Let's drink some tea. Okay, they need to dig deeper into that gap in order for this to be bullish. Okay, that's good. I really want to stay above the lower quadrant, 0.25. Okay, we are digging up right now. Good, good, good. Let me switch to the trade. Now the question is, can we go that far, or are we going to dump from this area here? So we'll see. Let's see. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, this is, to me, this is the danger area here. So I'm actually going to lower this a little bit. And I'm going to move to break even. So we can't lose on this trade if it starts dumping. I sincerely hope not. But I do want at least 20 points out of it. Which, to be honest, we would probably get if we exited here, which is 51.50. Oh. Okay, let's see and wait. Nothing to do for us here. Looks like it wants to go up, at least a little bit. Dig into that order block potentially. See, the middle of the body is here. That is kind of my target. Share the stream. See that line here. Let's see. Done. Good. So we did good, and very nice. So we did get 23 points out of it. Yes, I entered along 236. So 236 was somewhere around this area here. And we got, so it would go exactly to my initial target, because my initial target was this line here. It would hit it perfectly. Doesn't matter, 23 points is not bad. Again, if you were trading one contract, which is crazy on these accounts, if you were trading one contract, then that would be just like that, over $400 on one trade. Not bad. You could walk out now and enjoy your day. I'm gonna stay. Am I right? 23 points times 20, yeah, it's only 460. Okay, good. Let's switch to the charts. Okay, so we are in the green for the day. Right now, after the first losing trade before the stream. Now, what is happening here? We are in the upper half. I'm just going to log this for future reference. I'm actually going to log this trade in a second as well in the journal. So take the screenshot. Okay, so it's going up now. And I have a feeling it wants to actually go somewhere here, unless it dumps from here, we'll see. So this area is interesting for a short entry with a tight stop loss. I am tempted to try it, but the market started making, yeah, it's going to go now. Maybe this area a little bit more interesting. What's it look like here? Damn, I have the delayed data on my top screen. I need to work out why this is happening. Can't see price action on there. Okay, so on the 5-minute screen, okay, this is interesting action. This is interesting, this area. I should probably take a little short of this area, but I am too scared. Here would be perfect entry to try. Nice, see? Oh, maybe not. Not yet. I entered like I said. 10 points. Not good. Yeah, I think it's gonna close this gap. I didn't notice that. We are after 10. So I don't have my line on screen. See, then this is our opening range, meaning the first half an hour. And we should expect a nice trade after between 10 and 11. So maybe this was this one. Or maybe not. Okay. Interesting. So where do we have gaps now? So this one was closed. I think I have a screenshot of that one. A screenshot of that one. Wow, that would be a nice trade. If I entered, like I said here, that would be 25 points already. Very nice, Mr. Michael. Okay, what is it doing? I'm gonna enter this trade into the journal. So new entry, trade date, instrument, NQ, no, this is an NQ. Profit ratios 1-to-1, strategy, society concepts, we won. Let me upload the screenshot. And we took 23 points. Win 23 points, 1-to-1. Notes. Let's enter some notes. Okay, so I'm just going to put it here. So why did we take this trade? Why the heck did we take this trade? Okay, so we had this gap here. It was inverted gap, and trade we took around the 0.25 level. We enter this in the journal. Inverted gap and took trade around 0.25 level. 0.25 level, and we have this another gap here. I should probably wait according to my rules and take the trade of this order block here. Yeah, this was the order block. Okay, so let's put this in comments. Wow, this could be a nice trade. I should have waited for the order block lower. Save trade. Then let's move on. Wow, look at that. Just look at this. I actually want to take the trade here. I'm not sure if this is going to work out. at all not confident, but it looks nice. Switch to the trade. So this is the trade I want to take. And I'm going to be cautious. And I'm going to exit just below this candle. So hopefully it can go to this candle. And I'm saying hopefully. A little late entry. Entry should be here. It's not going in R as intended. Let's see. Stop is below this. The entry should be in the middle of this candle. So 5 points lower. I think we're gonna get stopped on this trade. If not, let's see. Yeah, it's moving fast. It's gonna stop us. So that's stopped right now. So we are back to the beginning. Maybe shouldn't enter here. I don't know. We said entry should be here, but we entered here. Target was here. And the stop was below this candle here. Okay. Now it's gonna go up. Okay, let's see. Well, the trade earlier would be a nice option. If we actually entered here, like I said before, then we could go all the way down here. That would be a nice trade. But again, taking a little bit too late. I think there is a huge delay on the stream as well. I need to check this out. Okay, so that wasn't a good trade. Nonetheless, we are going to log this. I'm going to leave that one. And I'm going to yeah, this was my idea. The enter of this line. Okay, let's take a screenshot. And let's enter this trade. Is there anything for us to do here? Not just yet. So, upload this, select instrument, some MQ, strategy. Is it 1-to-1 more or less? That was 1-to-1-4. It's 1-to-1-3, and we lost 18 points. 18 points loss. So market creating higher highs, took trade off, order block, bullish, but it went down. Market continued lower. Okay, so that's done. So that was second trade. So we are basically break even on the day. And would I take this trade again? To be honest, I probably, it's a hard call because according to my rules, probably should take a trade here and risk, but again, I didn't. See, this is the lower high, okay? So we have the lower high here. We basically bought a higher high according to those 2 points. So this is a tricky one, for me at least at the level of my knowledge right now. So let's just move on and learn. Okay, so what do we have here? Have a gap here, and another gap here, and we have a gap here. Okay, so this looks like a short now. This looks like a nice short. But where would I put my stop loss? I'm still on my trade screen. Where would I put my stop loss here? Is it going? Maybe going to this order block here. Exactly on that line. Why would it go there? Measure this range. Let's see what's going on here. So we have a gap. That gap has been inverted here. And now it's just going up. with this move, right now what I'm thinking was either to take these stop losses below these two equal lows. See, we have some stop losses, plus it took us down as well. Or let's see how it reacts with this candle, middle of that candle. Then I can't see anything on the upper chart. So it has sliced through this gap here. Do we have any gaps on the 5-minute chart to work with? Let me see. It does look like it wants to go lower. The higher time frames. Hmm. That. So right now we have a gap here, a gap here, and a gap here. Okay, let's see. I should probably enter the trade here. Let's see. Oh, we are going nowhere right now. That- This trade was very tempting. Not so much anymore. This would be another perfect trade here. So are we going long or are we going short from here? That is the $100 question, $1 million question. Okay, we are dumping right now. Looks like we are going lower. See, if I entered here, again, I was too scared to do this. We could have made at least 30 points. Now, another area of interest could be the middle of this candle here, this whole area, those two candles, but this specifically, let's find the midpoint of it and see if we get down here. But that would be completely against my rules because we have broken through those lows here, okay, with those candles here. When we moved up, we did not create higher high, we just bounced off this order block. So that would be what I would consider a high risk trade with a tight stop loss just below these candles. It may as well bounce from here, but I don't know. It does look good though right now because it closed to the two of those gaps and it keeps the candles above this gap here. Hmm. It's another gap here. That one. Let's see. So measure that move. Yeah, it looks like it wants to go higher now. I have mixed information from this chart. I am conscious about this gap. We still have not closed it yet. We have not bounced from it. We have not traded into it. We have this order block here. Maybe we just range for the rest of the morning session. The morning session is until 11:30. So we still have 11:30, 12 o'clock. So we still have like 40 minutes to kind of figure something out. Okay, so now we have higher high here. And we are starting to punch higher high here potentially. Hmm. Another gap here. Let's remove these drawings. Okay. If it's a long, then I think this was an opportunity to enter. Hmm. Looks like a short from this scale. It's 11 o'clock. Again, I think this one, the first trade we took, was a good one, or at least decent one. Maybe we should even target higher. I didn't want to risk. There are a few trades that we missed today. This is confusing. This is really confusing here. Okay. Let's see if we can start moving. Down. I'm gonna take some risk here and sell and see if we can make some money. I'm going to put the stop above this high. It's around 308. Okay, so let's switch to the trade. So this is the trade as we look at it right now. Again, a little bit late entry. So this is a short from 89. Yeah, that's a late entry. It's way too late. We stop 308. 30. No, that's not a good trade. 308 and 248 would be our target. That would be beautiful if it did work out, but I don't think I would be keeping that trade for a very long time. See, I wanted to enter from this line here. From this line here. This would be my perfect entry. But instead I entered 289, which is 289.50, which is way lower, and that is 10 points lower, so that's way too low. Should have waited a little bit. Nonetheless, I think we're gonna get stopped. Okay. Unless I just exit the trade and break even if I get the chance. Let's see what's happened. I would like this to dump to at least like 266. That would be my first kind of 266. Okay, so we are at the gap. Let's see if we bounce from it. I think we are going to close it. This line. Okay, back to break even. That's interesting. It's going to bounce off this line. Or is it going to dump? It's the question. It's always the question. I am probably going to, let's see. Should we break even this trade? Doesn't look like it's gonna go down. Okay, I'm gonna do this break even, I think. Hmm. Come on, Nasdaq, go lower. Okay, 15 points. No. Yeah, this is gonna go up now. Okay, stop us out. Hmm. Still in the trade. I want at least 20 points out of it, if not more. Come on, Nasdaq, come on. Okay, 10, 12. Can we go a little bit lower? Like to this line, for example. 6, 5, would be nice. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Okay. Hmm. Just dump. Well, we were 20 points in profit at this line. But I kinda wanted a little bit more. Just like hanging there. Anyway. Yeah, it's gonna stop us. There we go. Okay, stopped out. Break even. I'm not gonna enter it into the journal right now. Let's move on. Or maybe I will later. Okay, so we got stopped out here. And now we go lower. Yeah, I probably shouldn't move the stop loss to break even. Happens often. Let's see. I really needed it to go a little bit lower here. Back to this line. It went and closed this gap. still think it's gonna go actually lower. At least before it goes higher. Maybe to this line here. Or even potentially to this line. Although that would be a little bit troublesome. This line would be perfect. Yeah. Okay, so we do have this gap here. This has been used now. We still have that gap. Could this be the gap to go lower? We're kind of stuck between this gap and this gap here. And also above the midpoint of the first fair value gap today. And we still have some highs to be taken here while closing the gap. See, this is not the best day. Example for the first at least trade. We're gonna add view to this chart. May come helpful. I've got this in my 5-minute chart, but it may be easier for me to have it on the 1 minute as well. Okay, so for now we have one winning trade, one losing trade, and one break-even trade on the day. Mm. I'm actually going to put this trade in the journal as well. Just for the reference, I'm going to do this, take the screenshot. I'm going to take my journal. Okay, so MNQ profit ratio. What was the profit ratio? We were one. Where was the stop book? The stop was here. So it was 1 to 2. Where is my journal? One to two, break even, break even. I'll take the screenshot and let's write some notes. Late entry should be off. Very shorter block. Okay, we were 10 points late on this. At least 10 points. 6, 8, 9, almost 10 points. And should probably take profit at VWAP, which would give us about 20 points scalp. Still possibility of dumping here, but we'll see. Okay, quick trades. I hate waiting. So that is a break-even save. Okay, and let's move on. So I'm gonna move it like that, and I am going to lock it. So 3 trades on the day so far. Let's see. So now we have created lower high, but we are still bouncing off the first fair value gap presented to us today. We are above VWAP, above this gap as well. I think this actually may go down to this line. I would be very tempted to actually enter here for a long with a stop. I would have to put the stop below this wick here. They might hate these days. We will probably get some real movement on Friday when the news hit the market. Let's see. See, I am afraid entering here because I could enter off this gap to the upside, but we had lower low here, like that. So this is against my rules. Let me see if there is anything on the 5 minute. Ah, okay. There is a gap on the 5 minute, which has just been closed. And now it's doing what it intended to do when I took this trade. See, so if I did not move my stop loss, we would just hit my target, and then we should be taking long of this line. It again. Okay, I'm not going to chase it now. It would be a very quick scalp. 10 points now. Would have to move at least to the viewer. Okay, so I should place my limit order here on this line and basically wait until it gets hit. Nice. That's nice. So you would have two trades. One trade should be entered exactly here with a stop above these, yeah, somewhere here. So if I entered where I'm supposed to enter, I would not move my stop loss, so we would not be stopped out. And we would hit my target here, which would be 41 points, which is awesome. And then I told you that we should probably, I would be looking to enter long on this line, which I did not place my limit by order, and I was too late to enter. So we would be probably out right now, or at least in a few seconds, with a target probably just below VWAP. 25 points, boom, just hit it. Okay, so good ideas, very bad execution. So we need to improve that. So now what? The question is now what? I think from here, maybe going up actually. Not necessarily to. Then this gap is so slow, so small. It's causing me trouble here. Okay, so we have higher high, higher high, and we have lower lows here. This gap has been closed. We're going to delete that. And what gaps do we have now? This one has been closed. So we have this gap here. And we have a gap here. And 11:30, and we have not moved more than 100 points. Right. And we are in the middle of that range. What's going on here? What is going on here? Looks like it wants to go lower now. At least on the 1 minute. Okay, so 11:30 New York time is approaching right now, so this is pretty much the end of the morning session. I don't think I want to sit here for longer today. Maybe I'll give it a few more minutes if an opportunity shows up. It seems like it is actually bouncing off this gap to go lower now. But again, we've been creating higher highs. This is the first kind of lower high. Sorry, higher lows. This is lower high. And that's difficult. If I entered it short, where would I put my stop loss? It have to go somewhere here, 82.71, about 10 points. It is tempting, but I do not trust it. I do not trust this dump. Okay, now the question is, are we going to bounce off it and go lower, or are we going to break straight through it? Which is what's happening, and I would get stopped if I entered it. Here. Still looks promising. And I think we will dump today. the volume imbalance, I mean, it just looks ridiculous. Maybe in the afternoon session. Let's see if I can move the chart. Move forward. There we go. You should be able to see my 15-minute chart now. So just look at that. We did not have any price action whatsoever. Just went up all the way. If we measure this, then we bounced off the upper quadrant. Maybe that's enough. But all that part is the void. I should actually make it a little bit lower, maybe like that. Because we closed this part. So upper quadrant is closed. Okay, but we still have that price action that needs to be balanced at some point. And that that yellow area is the volume imbalance on the daily chart, which adds to the problem here. And we also have the weekly gap here, which needs to be revisited. So overall, I think it looks like we should be going down at some point. Apart from the daily chart, which says we should be moving up, but we'll see. So mixed information. I'm going to move that chart now back to its place. And let's see what's going on in the charts. 30. Okay, maybe let's give it a few minutes. One winning trade, one losing trade, one break-even trade. And that trade was a break-even only because I entered it late. Should have entered off this line. Okay, so are we going to close that opening range gap finally, or are we going to just stick around here? Again, this could be potential entry for short, but I'm too scared to enter it. So let's see. Gap is closed. Okay, that we can delete. That line, this would be a good trade, but I didn't place my limit order here. That would be a very nice trade to the upside. My bad. So let's see. On one side, it looks like it wants to finally close that opening range gap. On the other side, we are still below this order block here. Very mixed information right now. this is still relevant. And there is a gap here, which I did not notice it earlier. So we're actually bouncing off it. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me try a long here. That's going to be last trade. And I'm going to place my stop. Mm. Yep, that stopped me before I could show it to you. I felt this is not a good idea. Okay, so I entered 290. 290. And it's going down now. Yep, that should be short. But for whatever reason, I entered long. Which is stupid of me. But that's life. 69. 69. So this was the trade. Immediately got stopped below VWAP, and the target was that 1-to-1 trade. So this was the idea. And this was a bad idea. So I'm going to take a screenshot. points, and I'm going to make notes in my journal. So that was an NQ. I took this trade because we were above VWAP, and that was the 5-minute continuation strategy. 5-minute continuation plus minus 20 points. Profit ratio is supposed to be 1-to-1. This is a strong 5-minute candle above VWAP. But inside should probably enter short of the bearish order. Okay, and that was this time. Safe. Okay, so probably should not take this trade. I think I wanted to force it, to be honest. And now it's gonna go up. It does want to go here, I can see that, but that was terrible entry. If anything, I should enter off that line. Here, the middle of this candle. And that should be considered by me to enter long. Not here. That's too late. Way too late. Yeah, so we missed some good trades today. This would have been a very nice previous trade up to the VWAP. And now, if anything at all, we should be entering off this line here. Okay. What time is it? 11:40 New York time. So I think I'm gonna end the stream for today. Tomorrow is... What is tomorrow? Wednesday. So I should see you on Wednesday. And we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Maybe it's gonna move a little bit better, more predictable. And that's it. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Today, just a quick summary. So today we had one winning trade, which was 23 points. We had one losing trade, which was 18 points. We had one break-even trade, which I entered too late. I should have entered off this line here. Okay, with a stop is around this line here, the middle of the opening range gap. So that would work out nicely to my target, pretty much. The target was, I believe, here. Okay, so that would be 40 points. Unfortunately, because I entered late, I moved the trade to break even and got stopped out here. Okay, if I entered off this line, I would probably not move the trade to break even, and we would be in the trade just to our target. So that's unfortunate. Now with this trade, I entered long to kind of go into that and close the gap. I entered because we had a decent strong candle on the 5-minute chart. However, looking at the 1-minute chart, I should have entered short. My first opportunity to enter short was actually here. So we created lower high. This was the order block, bearish order block. This is the middle of the order block, and I should enter short from here, not long, but short, despite what the 5-minute chart was saying. And if I did this, then we would target probably VWAP, so for like at least 20 points something, to 92 to 72, exactly 20 points. So that would have been a good trade. Unfortunately, it was a losing trade for a 20-point loss. So overall, net today, 23 minus 18, that's 5, positive. Minus 20, that's minus 15. And that is, I think, how we are going to end it today. If I trade later, I'll let you know. But other than that, I shall see you tomorrow. Thank you so much and bye-bye. And I need to find out how to actually stop this.